Good day. It's Alexandria Albert, Associate Financial Advisor, coming to you from CIBC 1800 Hamilton Street in Regina. This is a great education savings plan presentation for your family, Bright Beginnings. It all starts from the moment your child is born. Your learning journey begins. They have a lifetime of potential before them. There'll be many ways you'll be able to support their goals and milestones as a parent, teacher, coach, and mentor. Even as a grandparent or a loved one, you want to see the children in your life achieve their dreams, no matter what those dreams are. Whether your child's path includes university, college, vocational training, proper planning is crucial to set them on the right course. The sooner you start, the further ahead you'll be when it comes to building a strong foundation for them to succeed. I want to thank the Regina District Industry Education Council that we are in partnership. The website www.rdiecca. We can be found on the YouTube channel, found on the homepage. I'm going to thank Gord Heidel and Renette Edgar for allowing me to have this opportunity to give this presentation. To qualify for the $500 grade 12 bursary, students or parents will need to complete the Parents as Career Coaches survey found on their homepage at www.rdiecca. The deadline to apply for the bursary is Monday, December 13th. Good luck to everyone. On the agenda today, we'll go through different stages in lives from the new parent embarking on an education journey, the middle years, mapping the right course, young adulthood, managing education funds, and adulthood funding education and training. Now we're embarking on the education journey. Considerations for new parents. For instance, let's imagine a married couple, Scott and Fran, with a daughter on the way. They recently paid off student loans, finally able to focus on their own goals. They dream about buying a house. Fran is considering taking an extended 18-month maternity leave. They're already thinking about their daughter's education. They're aware that many students have almost $30,000 in debt. I would like to help their daughter graduate debt-free. So some questions you want to ask yourself is, what will my child's education cost? What can I afford? How do I balance education savings with my own goals? When we take a look at the high cost of higher education, visiting us at CIBC will be able to help you realize that goal. Did you know a 4-year undergraduate degree with residence at a Canadian university is estimated to cost over $100,000 in 2026 and beyond? So source of this is Statistics Canada. Tuition, living, and accommodation costs 2017 and 2018. Tuition costs includes compulsory fees as well as estimates for textbooks and incidentals. Residence costs includes tuition, compulsory fees, meals, and lodging, as well as estimates for textbooks and incidentals. To understand your education savings goal, some factors to consider when setting your education savings goal. Amount of time before your child starts your post-secondary education. So the longer time that you have to save, the more potential that they have for savings for their education. Number of children that you are supporting, type of programs, and location of school. If it's out of country, expenses are going to be high. Government grants, student loans, or scholarships can help towards you having to put some more extra money of your own. Other costs associated with your child's post-secondary education. Support from others. Grandparents, family members can help towards that education goal for your child. Now, how to budget for your benefit. So some tips: review your inflows and outflows to understand where you can adjust. So see if you can redeploy funds to help balance your savings goals. A tip I've always given to my clients: use some of the child benefit money that you are getting from the government to help towards paying for your child's education. And then you are getting the grant money for the RESP in addition to what you're contributing. Starting a regular investment plan. The hypothetical example that we have here, you do an initial investment of $2,500, average annual return of 5%. show the benefits of making monthly investments over time. This chart does not represent any actual investment. Projections are before taxes. Value and return may vary, and different investments may perform better or worse in this example. So list out your goals. So make them specific and measure them. Go over them with your CIBC advisor. Rank your goals according to priority. Determine what's important and the timeline for achieving each one. Consider the risks of not achieving your goals. So you want to set a goal, target date, priority, what's total is needed, and current savings. 3 tips to start getting you started. Start early. So start saving can help you benefit from compound growth, which will make your money grow faster. Create a budget. Analyze your cash inflows and outflows. We can help you with that. Can help you identify savings opportunities and pay yourself first. Set up regular contributions into your RESP account to make saving a habit. Mapping the right course, saving for a child's education. So mapping the right course will get you to your goal. Let's imagine the life of a working professional. Olivia is married with a daughter, has her own public relations firm. Because she is successful in her field, spends conservatively, she's a significant ability to save each year. She wants to support her child's education goals, but also recognizes the importance of putting away money for retirement. She's looking for the best way to balance all of her goals and prioritize. Questions that you want to ask yourself. What are my options to save for my child's education? What's the best saving strategy to use? How do I catch up on my savings goals if I am behind? We work with you on that. Funding your child's education can be in many different ways. Post-secondary scholarships, fellowships, and bursaries can definitely help towards that. Then we have the federal and provincial grants that come into play with the RESP, Registered Education Savings Plan. Student loans can help out with the funding and current earnings of parent and or child. The Registered Education Savings Plan are most often chosen because they're eligible for incentives from the Canadian government. RESP key benefits. Tax savings. Your investment is tax deferred while in RESP. From the RESP, grants are withdrawn from post-secondary education. They are taxed in the child's hands, who may pay little or no tax on them. Government contribution. The federal and some provincial grants may provide grants and incentives to help savings grow faster. Education flexibility. RESP savings can be used towards a variety of post-secondary educational paths and costs. And of course, investment choice. There's a variety of investment choices for your RESP. We have the different types of RESPs for you. You have the single plan, one child named as beneficiary. Anybody can be a subscriber. Family plans. For 2 or more children, family plans can be open for one child initially, and you can add other children later on. If one child doesn't pursue a post-secondary education, the funds can generally be used for the remaining children. All beneficiaries must be related by blood or adoption to the subscriber. Anyone who is a Canadian resident and has a social insurance number can open and contribute to an individual RESP. This includes parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and friends. You can even contribute to an individual plan yourself. Beneficiary does not need to have blood or adoption relation to the subscriber in the single plan. Government grants and incentives. This is where we get the free money. Canada Education Savings Grant. Government of Canada may match RESP contributions by up to 20% annually. So if your RESP contributions equal $2,500 annually, you could receive a Canada Education Savings Grant of $500. A lifetime limit is $7,200. There are other provincial grants in Quebec and BC. Canada Learning Bond, generally available when child is 15 years or younger, and you qualify for Canada Child Benefit. Initial Canada Learning Bond in the first year is $500, subsequent annual installments of $100. Lifetime maximum is $2,000 per child. Here are some different possible Canada Education Savings grants based on 2019 contributions. Now, you do have your family net income that is based on. You also have your additional Canada Education Savings Grant and total and maximum Canada Education Savings Grant. When you meet with us here at CIBC, we can go over what options are available to you. Other options for education savings. So the strategy you choose often depends on your financial means, your child's age, and your time horizon. So we do have non-registered accounts that you can have, which maximum control and flexibility, no limits on account balance, flexibility with how funds are used, limitations, no tax advantages. Any investment income earned is taxed in your hands in the year that it's earned. Government grants are not available in this. Then you have your tax-free savings account. Earnings and withdrawals are normally tax-free. Contribution limits are calculated differently than an RESP. Government grants are not available in this. Grow your child's education savings. Determine the right investment mix. Allocating your assets among cash, fixed income, and equities is important based on your investment goals. The longer time horizon that you have, the more growth and more risk that you can take on. So starting now is important. So revisit your investment strategy over time. So our ESPs generally go through 3 investment time horizons over a relatively short period. Age 0 to 8, you can go more of a long term. You have lots of time to make back potential losses. You have ups and downs of the market. Consider choosing a higher return mix of investments, which also means higher risk in line with the personal risk profile. Age 8 to 13, you have a medium term. You have some time to make back losses, but it depends on how much you need to make back. Consider choosing a balanced mix of investments in line with the personal risk profile. Age 13 to 18, very short term. You have no time to lose to make back losses. Consider choosing safe investments regardless of your personal risk profile. Tips for catching up on your savings. Definitely monitor your budget. Make small changes the way you spend. Revisit your overall asset allocation. Leverage special occasions as saving opportunities. So you want to map the right course, saving for your child's education. Some questions you want to ask yourself. What should I consider when I need to withdraw from an education savings plan? How much money can I withdraw and when? What if my child doesn't attend post-secondary education? These are all questions that we ask ourselves when is that time. Factors to consider when deciding how much money to withdraw and when. So the number of years a child plans to study, your program, living expenses, overall finances, order of your withdrawals, tax planning considerations. Here's a tip. Each situation is unique. Our advisors can help you plan your withdrawals to get the most of your savings. Accessing funds. A suggested way to withdraw from your RESP when your child is qualifying post-secondary. You have your educational assistant payments there for you. They're comprised of earnings and Canada Education Savings Grants in the Registered Education Savings Plan. You may wish to have the education assistant payments made through the years in which a student has low income to minimize taxes on the payments. The amount of EAPs you can withdraw in the first 13 weeks is limited, so take advantage of them now. Post-secondary education contribution withdrawals comprised of your contributions can be taken anytime and they may be paid to the student or subscriber. So if the student is not enrolled in post-secondary school at the time of withdrawal, some or all of the Canada Education Savings Grants and Canada Learning Bonds may need to be repaid. The RESPs can be used for a wide variety of educational costs, as long as your child is enrolled in qualified post-secondary program. You can choose what you want to do with the funds to help further your post-secondary education, including paying for rent or for food. A non-registered account and tax receipts account have no constraints on use of funds. There are more other options. Using RESP funds for another RESP beneficiary of the plan within limitations. Keep the RESP open, generally for up to 35 years after inception, in case a child decides to obtain post-secondary education later on. Options for remaining RESP funds. Contributions can be withdrawn without tax or penalty. Earnings may be paid as accumulated income payments, and you may transfer up to $200,000 of RDSP or of an RESP beneficiary if the beneficiary has sufficient contribution room. And you can contribute up to $50,000 of your spouse or partner's RRSP if you have a sufficient contribution room, or pay income tax plus an additional 20% on AIPs you receive. Transfer to a qualifying educational institute. Government incentives such as Canada Education Savings Grants are repaid back to you. Now, funding for your kids' education. You have your post-secondary school expenses, tuition, books, residence, transportation, meal plan, and student fees. They go on. Though, did you know by 2024, a 4-year undergraduate degree for a student in residence at a Canadian university estimated cost $100,000. So to help with that, financing your education, we have the education line of credit here at CIBC. You can apply for a line of credit for the variable rate of interest rate, depending on the different program that your child is in. The whole year time that they're in school, they pay interest costs only. And then they start, after they're done school, start paying principal and interest. Then you can have your tax receipts account, interest and earnings, and withdrawal from that tax-free. Scholarships and bursaries. So there's many professional programs offer the chance to earn a scholarship. Make sure to do some research and hit application deadlines. Then you also have government awards. So some provinces award scholarships or grants for students in specific professional programs. When it's time to pay back. So some things to consider. When do you have to start paying back the loan? Who do you inform that you've graduated? You can definitely inform your advisor. We can kind of take it from there for you. What options do you have to make your payments? What happens if you default on your payments? How much do you have to repay? So book your appointment now with your knowledgeable advisors today. Your advisory team downtown, 1800 Hamilton Street, Regina. Myself, Alex Albert, Associate Financial Advisor. Phone number 306-359-8585, extension 233. We have our Justin Mahalis Banking Center leader, 306-359-8585, extension 222. We're here to help you.